I've recently got interested in the sport of bikepacking, which is essentially backpacking on a bike. Fans of the sport say it's the perfect way to travel. Slow enough so that you can take in your surroundings, but fast enough so you can cover some real ground. So, despite the fact we're still seeing the tail end of winter here in Canada, I thought I might try a little overnighter on my fat bike. So grab yourself a hot beverage, kick back and enjoy my first ever bikepacking trip.
So I've hit a little bit of a snag. Up there, that's where the road goes, but it hasn't been ploughed, there's no tyre marks or anything. It'll be a nightmare to ride on. I think I'd just be pushing all the way. And I've still got another 10 kilometres or so to go. Down this way, which isn't a marked route, we do have some tyre tracks to ride in, so I feel like this is probably the only feasible way forward. Just a bit of an unknown how far those tyre marks that I can ride in go, so I'm going to try that way and see how it goes. So as I was hiking just back up here to the fork, a little four-wheel drive vehicle just came up this road here and created some tracks for me. I don't know if you can see them up there, but at least I've got something to work with now. So I'm going to try and head on up here. So just a quick stop to enjoy the view and see where I'm at on the map. I'm about 15 kilometres out of 20 total, I think, roughly, maybe a little bit less, but pretty happy with the progress. There are a few parts there that were a bit of a struggle. The uphill and trying to stay in the tracks from the vehicle in front of me was a little bit of a challenge, but yeah, discovering that the downhill's kind of fun, that I don't need to stay in the tracks, that the couple of inches of snow that is here is quite manageable when you've got a bit of speed behind you. Yeah, so it's good fun, and yeah, hopefully be at camp within an hour or so. Well, I've made it to the turn off to where I was hoping to camp. No one's been down here, which is great, because it means I've got the place to myself, but it also means I've got a little bit of fresh snow to navigate on my bike. But I think it's only a couple of inches here anyway, so I'll give it a go and see how we go. Come down this road, only about 300 metres or so, and it's a bit of a slog even going downhill, so it'd just be a hiker bike back out, which I don't really want to do, considering I've got probably over a kilometre further down to go, as well as some more steep down. So what I'm thinking I might do, head back up out of here, and there's a creek just over here that would be the one I was going to camp on anyway. Try to find a spot somewhat near the creek, just further up on the other side of the main road. So I'm going to turn around now and head back up. So as you might be able to tell, I wasn't quite happy with that spot back there, so I thought I'll just try one more spot. It's a little bit more out of the way, and it's not really a road that I can cycle on, but yeah, it's a spot down by the creek, and thought at least I'd go and check it out. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't anticipate that there'd be this steep bank down here to the river, and there's not much in the way of camping up the top here. So I'm going to head back to that previous spot and make do with that. Snow's really starting to come down and it's getting a little bit dark, so I want to get a tent set up. Here's the setup tent, in case the GoPro didn't catch it all. I'm pretty happy with that. I struggle quite a bit with the trekking pole tent, keeping the fly off the inner tent, but yeah, I think that'll do the trick for tonight. Got the tent all set up. I'm not sure how much of it I caught on film because the GoPro battery died, but yeah, hopefully caught a bit of that. And now I'm just wandering over to the bridge to see how obvious my campsite is. You can definitely see it if you know what you're looking for. So let me just swing the camera around and I'll see what you can see. This angle's not super revealing. I'll come over back this way, and it's just, I'll try and point with my finger. It's just there, my tent. Not sure how obvious that is, but it, yeah, I don't think you'd find it unless you're looking for it, so yeah, that's pretty good. So I found a bit of shelter under this bridge here to cook some food. Feeling a little bit knackered, to be honest, after the ride and setting up the tent, and yeah, trying to keep snow off everything. I think that's a bit of an acquired skill for winter camping that I'm yet to acquire, but no, it's good fun. It's not too cold yet. I think it's probably still pretty close to zero, but it should cool down a little bit overnight, which I think should be fine. Yeah, so I'm going to enjoy a bit of dinner, then go and finish setting up my bed, and by then it'll probably be dark and probably time to call it a night.
So all set up and comfortable in the tent now. Yeah, it's still snowing quite a bit outside. It wasn't really what I'd expected, and yeah, it is in some ways a little bit of a pain, but I guess it's part of the adventure. Otherwise, assuming the night's fairly uneventful, I might leave it at that for now, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning folks, all packed up as you can see from the campsite behind me. Yeah, I'm going to get riding straight away this morning, and maybe a little bit later I'll stop for breakfast just to get myself warm. Nice little spot for my first bike packing trip. Quite a bit of snow last night, didn't anticipate that, so riding out could be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully it's okay, and we'll see how we go. Getting in a drinks break at this top of this hill just here. Had to hike quite a bit of it. Yeah, thankfully a vehicle had come before me again in that slower section, so not pedaling on fresh snow. Got a couple of tracks to work in. Otherwise, feeling it quite a bit today. When I first climbed on the bike, my butt was killing me. I think that's probably one of the reasons every bike packing how-to video I watched talked about getting your weight off your back onto the bike. Obviously there's stability there, but yeah, having that pack in addition to your body weight certainly doesn't do you any favors for comfort on that seat. But apart from that, it's a gorgeous day. I think I'm probably quarter of the way into the trip back. Yeah, a little bit more of a slog than yesterday. A little bit tired, but yeah, still nice. Ooh, it's a little sketchy. So I'm only a couple of kilometres out of town. I decided I'd just skip breakfast, head for home, and maybe go to a cafe and buy a big breakfast or something. I'm just feeling absolutely spent now. I don't know if it's psychological getting close to the finish line, but this bag weighs an absolute ton. My butt just is killing me every time I sit on that seat, and hills are a challenge. But getting really close now, so looking forward to getting back. So I would say my first attempt bike packing was actually pretty successful. Sure, I was struggling a bit by the end. I was feeling a little sore, and I hadn't anticipated quite that much snow. But I had a lot of fun and could see great potential for bike packing trips in the future. I'll see you soon.